Alright, so I got videos from Greystone Cutlery in the Tidute trim and the Northfield Unexcelled trim, but these knives here today are going to be in the Farm and Field trim. So this is a line of Great Eastern Cutlery that deals with kind of more tough use knives. Not that any of Great Eastern Cutlery knives will not hold up to use, but these are kind of built for the working man. Hence the Farm and Field name. So you got the orange sticker with the farm out there, and you got the Bullnose, which is what we're looking at today, the number 71. This is in 1095 carbon steel. Previous runs of the Bullnose actually came in 01 tool steel, but I think they phased that out completely and they're using 1095 almost exclusively, I think, besides the Great Eastern Cutlery Acorn line, which I believe still uses 440C. So we have the 71 Bullnose. It's a working man's knife, and we have two versions. This one is for the OD green linen micarta. So we have 71.5 because we have a drop point blade, drop point Skinner's type blade, single blade, and 2017. So we have OD green linen micarta, and then the other one, which is in red linen micarta. They also had a few special ones like burlap, which was collector knives, a knife ship free head, denim micarta. They had a few other colors as well. They had a black canvas, orange Delrin. The OD green linen micartas were a little bit easier to find. The red and maroon, or was like burgundy, those went quick, and I had to get this one on the secondary market. But overall, GEC has done plenty of runs of these in the past. They seem to be very popular, and I think part of the reason is it allows you to get into a Great Eastern Cutlery knife for about $60. That's what these were originally retailing for when they first went up on GEC's, not GEC's, but all the retailer sites. And typically, you know, Northfield or Tidute, you're paying around $90 to $100 for, maybe $80, $85 for some of the Tidutes. But yeah, you're obviously paying a lot less for these, and you're still getting Great Eastern Cutlery quality out of these. And even though these are made for the working man, they still have a lot of good fit and finish from Great Eastern Cutlery. And Great Eastern Cutlery has run these quite a few times because it seems to be a very popular knife for them. And I think they run them almost every year in the 71. So these are not very rare at all. There's a lot of 71s floating around. Some of them in the different handle materials like that Derek Bone had for the blue denim micarta are more rare. But some of these, especially like the OD green linen micarta, are pretty common. And some of the Delrin handles as well. So let's take a look here. This is the OD green linen micarta. So it's nice and polished out micarta, which they do with the linen micarta. Stuff like the denim micarta and canvas, they do not polish. So it has a bit different look to it because it's not polished out. Now with the 71s, they are bolsterless. Instead we have a kind of decorative pivot where it has this Farm and Field logo there in the USA. So yeah, that's part of the reason they're a little bit cheaper, is that, well, we don't have bolsters. We just have a pivot. But these are very, very thick pieces of micarta, as we see here. So this is a very thick knife. Very big back spring. Still has liners, but the liners are not brass colored, so you do not see them. They kind of blend in with the back spring there. You have a pretty good sized lanyard hole if you want to put a lanyard on it, especially if you're out using this knife. Might be useful. You have a little pin construction there, which is done very well. As you can't really detect it, it's nice and smoothed out. Typical Great Eastern Cutlery fit and finish, even though this is essentially their lowest end, I guess, you know, cheapest option to get in the Great Eastern Cutlery. Now the pull weights on these are a little bit stronger. You can kind of pinch these open, but yeah, they're like, you can hear that snap. That's like an 8. Yeah, I'd say about an 8 on the pull weight. Yeah, they are not the easiest to get open, but you know, this, when you're using it, it's not likely to overcome that spring tension and close on you. And it's really thick handle compared to a lot of Great Eastern cutleries, and so it fills the hand very well. This is a very good working man's knife because you can comfortably get a lot of work done with this. Let's take a look at the blade. And it's a drop point. You can kind of get an idea of where they got that bullnose name from by the shape of the blade there. And you have the bullnose etching on the blade. Satin finished blade. You have a nail nick, but you can kind of pinch it open, but the nail nick works as well. And with the way these micarta covers here are, it kind of covers up some of the print on the tang. So you have GEC Titusville Ironworks 715117, kind of covered up. And what does that say there? Yeah, it says Farm, Field, and Tool made in the USA, but it's kind of covered up a little bit on the bottom here where the micarta meets. Now on the half stop, it's actually pretty good. It's maybe a little bit proud. Of course, it's flush when closed. And just to show you, you can open it up with the nail nick as well. That's easier to kind of pinch it halfway. Now open all the way. We're flush as well. Yeah, it's a beefy GEC. Let's look at the red linen micarta, which is very nice. I really like that red linen micarta. Again, polished because it's a linen micarta, not canvas or the denim micarta or burlap that were in the special factory orders. Really well done. Really nice. This one's more like a 7.5. It's a little bit easier to open. Still not extremely easy, but no real differences here. Same etching on the blade, same tang stamp, same blade, just a different color on the covers. Again, really ergonomic in hand. These really fill the hand well. Give you a comparison here. Let's take out a number 74 and Cocobolo. This is number 74 Stallion. So as you can see, they are about the same length overall and handle there. But true difference is the thickness. The number 71 is a lot thicker than a typical single blade GEC. Give you an idea of how long this is. Let's take out tape measure. So we're looking at an overall length of about 7 inches, and the blade length of about 3 inches of cutting surface. So good, medium-sized, traditional knife. And because these have no bolsters, so no extra metal, and micarta is not extremely heavy, these are not very heavy knives. Let's take out the scale. Let's let that zero in. So that's zeroed in. So to give a frame of reference here is the Cocobolo Stallion, which is going to be very light as it is. That comes in at 2.18 ounces. How much does a 71 Bullnose come in? 2.32 ounces, so not much heavier. Just for the sake of comparison, does this weigh any different? 2.4, is that right? Like it jumped up. 2.43, so that one's a little bit heavier because this one is 2.2. Now it seems to be messing up. You know, these scales aren't extreme. 2.32, yeah. So, yeah, less than 2.5 ounces for these, which is not bad. Now, also to take in consideration is that these pocket slips I use from collector knives that fit with the 74s very well. While the 71s with the bullnose, they're a little bit too thick for that. And they kind of fit in there, but they're they're gonna stretch out the leather if you do that. What you can use though, it's a nice ship-free Main Street pocket slips. They fit fine in there. You don't really need to carry them in a pocket slip because honestly, there's no bolster on these guys. And these are meant to be working man's knives. So you don't really need to carry a pocket slip. You can if you want. You don't need to. But if you really need to, these Main Street slips will work with the 71 Bullnose. So that's all really got to say about the 71 Bullnose. I think it's a great way to get into GECs because it's not expensive and you're still getting the fit and finish of the GECs because these are really well done. You really can't find any gaps on these. They're really nicely polished. The blades are really nice and, GEC quality. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos as well. Thanks for all you guys who participated in the 200 subscriber giveaway. And the subscribers seem to be growing every day. And so if we get to 300, I'll probably do another giveaway at that point. But yeah, so as always, guys, thanks for watching.